Good evening everyone, welcome to tonight's race on the 2S channel. It is of course 2S ACC to kick off the week, and it is the 7th or penultimate round of this season number 9, and we could crown a champion tonight. It would be a new champion. It would be the man you've got on your screens right in this moment. It is Nico Veldman. He has 1 match point, technically speaking, if you want to use that terminology. He is up 18 points on Ruben van den Hudding. Of course, our scoring system allows up to 50 points to be scored per weekend. So, you know, this isn't, it is not as over for Ruben as it would be if we had F1 points, but yeah, it is an uphill battle that Ruben has to fight to stay in this, and then so it will be Veld who can win the title today. Ruben just needs to set himself up for next week to get in a good position. He needs to outscore Veldman. He can stay in the championship fight if he gets outscored, but it'll make it basically impossible for him to do anything next week. And then we've got Chumley, who is the only other driver who's still mathematically in the title race, but will maybe be eliminated today. He has had an absolute shocker last week. He was gonna win, but then he sped in the pit lane, so that was a mistake you cannot afford to make. He still made it, and that means he is in a terrible spot right now in the title race. Actually, in fact, let me think. No, okay, Antoine is not quite in it anymore. I don't think people were necessarily, you know, pitching him as one of the contenders, because he's just been very consistent throughout, and he's just profited off of the mistakes of others. That is why he's so close to Chumley at this moment. Not trying to discredit, of course. It's a really good position he is in the standings in 4th, but you know, he can't win the championship anymore is what I'm getting at. And now we've got 2 minutes left to go in this qualifying session. Right, I forgot to say, of course, I mean, you've probably noticed, but I'm alone in the booth. No George. Which is quite sad, but I think he's going to be there next week for the season finale, and depending on what Veldman does tonight, maybe title decider. 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock, and Veld is in the pit lane. He's not going to improve on his lap time. It is a 1:33.3 that he is set. That is a 10th slower than Ruben, who's now getting potentially held up by Tommy Azalin in that very colourful Mercedes, getting it all wrong there on his way up the hill, of course. Oh, and I think we've caught some rain, because now the wipers are on for Ruben, and I think that just already locks in the formation for the end of qualifying, because it will be hard for anyone to improve under those circumstances, and I think that's just it. I need to see if we've got someone in chat. I can't see because my YouTube interface is bugged right now. I'll try. Let me reload quickly to see if that helps it. I just can't see chat. I don't know if there's a chat, but let me try and find it, because I think qualifying just got a lot less important. But Illigner, in the meantime, he could be the upside for Veldman, because he is there, which you can't really say about the teammates of the others. No offense, of course, but Ryan Noppen in P12 is unlikely to sway the title race in Ruben's favor, and Sam, I don't even think, has a teammate, and if he does, then he has not been showing up a lot. I believe it was someone with very low attendance. So I don't think they're going to get any help by their teammates, while WoW is exactly where Veldman needs him, and can potentially give him the advantage. So, let's see. Let's get a not bugged version of this. Okay, we've got Futuristic in chat. Now I can see something in chat. So everyone is welcome, of course, in chat. Just leave a message. Oh right, I should mention I'm good at commentating. It is a double-header sprint race, so that makes it extraordinarily complicated for me. Because I have no idea what's going on now. But it is even more important that Ruben to get 2 good races, because if in one of them he spins or DNFs or doesn't score for some reason, then Veltman can gain like 25 points from it, and in 25 points make it really close in the standings. Right now the gap is 18. He needs, of course, a 50-point gap, and yeah, that's the situation we've got going on here. So yeah, that's where we're at, and now the place we're at is the starting grid for this race. So let's see how has everyone stacked up in qualifying on a track that is notorious for being difficult to overtake at. Very comparable to Brands Hatch that we've been very short time ago. So, on pole, Ruben van den Herding, 2-time race winner this season, has taken the wins in race number 2 and 3, since been struggling to put himself back to the front. He's finished 6th, 7th and 3rd. He is ahead of Nico Veldman, who could close it out today, but needs a little bit of help by Ruben. So Ruben needs to bottle, essentially, if Nico wants to close it out. Illigner, probably rear gunning for his teammate, and he is in 3rd with a good qualifying performance, and Martin Müller is 4th out of Gareth Higgins, who outqualifies Tommy Azelin as the best Mercedes. Sam Chumley, he needs to be a lot closer to Veld in both races if he wants to be able to stay in the fight until the last race, and ideally he'd want to finish ahead of Nico and Ruben if he wants to have any chances, but I think this is probably over. But, you know, just for the sake of saying it all, Sam is technically still in. He is ahead of Antoine Olivier, 4th in the standings, 8th on the grid right now, ahead of Ben Loos, then our leader in silver class, Jack Mills, who will definitely not make me cry today. Right? We've got Diakowski with the nice Jim Beam livery in P11. Brian Noppen is 12th, not going to be able to help Ruben much today. Then we've got Bebatovic, which is nice to see because he has been gone for a long time. Of course, if I am not completely mistaken, also known as Alex Burbo. He, unfortunately, the one scene I remember him for is bottling a Kalami race that he could have won. He is ahead of Paulos Tarkas, who's 2nd in silver class in the first of the green Lexuses. And then the second green Lexus right next to him, Aidan Bailey, P15, then Karol Chmielewski ahead of Justin Ertz, who's been very angry at what happened with the pit board in Imola. That cost him big time, and he wants to win silver class, so that's not good for him, of course. Then Kennedy Chikekas, P18, Michal Reinoa in 19th in the DRS car, then Marvin Betch. Enough said. Damstra, I believe, is a new boy. I have not seen his name before. P21 in the Porsche, so that's a challenge. Jadura is 22nd, Andrew Moulton 23rd, and then I don't know who this is. TUR, I don't know who that is, and last is Visser. I'm gonna check. So who's in P24? Oh, it's Owen Turner. Yeah, of course, Owen. I am sorry. See, Owen, it's all just because I expected you in the front row. That's why, you know, like, last row, TUR, doesn't ring a bell. Doesn't sound like you. You know, that's in all honesty what I thought. Yep. Copium. It is. And Dragon, of course, active in YouTube chat while he should be driving a car. I think that's actually a thing that team does best, because Justin also always does the exact same thing. He's always in chat when he's racing, which is slightly concerning, but that's fine. Well, he's not in chat, but he listens to the stream. In fact, he probably listens to me right now, I just realized. Which is not weird in the slightest. So. Oh, we've got Bebatovic is in the pit lane, so his return already not a good omen there, I would say, because that looks like he has forgotten to put in fuel, or his pressures are off or something. Maybe setup isn't loaded, but he's gonna have to start last, which gives Dragon a first position, which he will be incredibly happy about, like, amazing. But Bebatovic, will need a little patience in this race. It's speaking of patience, it is not the first doubleheader at Oulton Park we have. We've already had that in the past, and that was, I forgot which season, I think season 7 or season 6, but one of the two, and it was notable for Legend, also known as, actually I don't know what was his in-game name. He raced like last week. Andre Miclea, I believe was his name, or is his name. He took a maiden win here, and well, also I believe in his first race, because George Braden and Yannis Salmon, and of course championship rivals in that season, did collide with each other on the last lap, and I think they actually collided twice in that weekend. Or, you know, they collided in both of the sprint races. So it was fun, and I mean, we've got the perfect setup to potentially see something like it again. Of course, I hope our drivers are not going to collide with each other, but it could possibly happen, and it could be very spicy indeed between them. We've got Ruben looking to set himself up well for the finale in Barcelona, and we've got Veldman looking to well, do the same and maybe win his title today if Ruben has a shocker, or maybe two. So this is going to be incredibly important for this season. This is what those guys have been working for. We are on the final stretch, and there we go, green, and it is a really good start from Veldman, who's going to take the outside line into turn 1, but I think he's already got the position. Ruben, though, on the inside, gets a shorter, has the shorter run and just gains the place back. So it looked spicy for a moment, but it is done. Then the two Germans are going head-to-head into turn 3 on the second row. The good Martin Müller beats out Illigner, so Illigner not going to be there to help his teammate as much, and now he's on the back foot because he's had a pretty terrible run there. Gareth Higgins looking interested. Last time he did something notable on lap 1. It wasn't quite something you would want to be remembered. This time he gets wide, and now Azalin is on the outside. He's absolutely sent it there. Congrats to Azalin for maybe pulling that one off, but no, the inside line for Higgins. So a lot of maybe moves that don't end up happening because someone is on the inside line. What does Chumley do? He does not look to the inside. That would have been really, really scary. Someone's already taken some of the bollards out. As they are spread across the track. So reasonably clean first lap. Actually, I think everyone has gotten through fine. Renault, a little bit of an off, and also Betch is not gotten off to the best of start. Side-by-side action between Andrew Moulton and Owen Turner as Owen tries it on the outs. Oh my god, what was that? Why did Marvin just not brake? He's just absolutely murdered Andrew. I think we'll need to look at that. That was an atrocity. I don't want to spend that much time on what we've just witnessed there, but he's not making himself look good by that. That's all I'm gonna say. I just wonder if he actually just forgot we're driving this layout, but that's too dumb. Surely not. I don't even know. But the thing is, they are. I mean, Betch and Moulton, as far as I'm aware, get along reasonably well. So, you know, I wouldn't expect any retaliatory action or something like that. So, this is just very puzzling to me. I'm sure the FIA will talk to the involved drivers and try and clear it up, and then maybe I'll give an update next week. Also, speaking of giving updates from last week, something important in Silver Class is that Niels Krüger has received a race ban for his actions at Imola, and those who don't know what I'm talking about, he has gotten caught up in an incident, and he has taken out the pit board in an incident that looked like it was intentional. I don't think he said it was, but it just looked very, you know, frustrated, mad, and just drives into the pit board, and that has, of course, led to many drivers overshooting the limit. So, yeah, he's been punished accordingly, and he's racked up enough penalty points for a race ban, which is really bad for his championship in Silver Class. The only redeeming thing is that Savitskas, who could have closed it out today, is not on the grid. So, actually, this is just a field day for Justin to try and score 25 points and go into Barcelona as the de facto championship leader. Also, in the meantime, of course, as a surprise to no one, Marvin Betch has pulled into the pit lane. Andrew Moulton has not retired. No, he's not retired, but he has probably also fixed his car, so he's at the very back. And up front, the Oulton Park train commences as is to be expected, honestly. It is, Müller is actually knocking on the door of Veldman a little bit, but not in a position to make an overtake. This turn 4 is always spicy. Now we've got someone off, and it is car number 112, Karol Chmielewski. We're going for a replay. Let's see what happened here. Let's hope it's the contact. Owen Turner on the inside, so that was a move that was happening. I think Owen just gets that one done. Yes, the blue Audi fully ahead now. Oh, but he has to defend the inside. Maybe this is actually where it happens. Oh, what does Owen do? Please don't send it. Oh, no. Owen re-ends Karol, and I'm afraid that one is on Turner. And then, oh, I don't know if the brakes were held, but 2 cars get collected. That is, I think, the other Polish driver in Jejura, I believe, was collected there. And also Rainoa had a big hit on the front of his car. As you can see, that car is absolutely that is done for, I would say. So tragedy for them, but they can wait 15 minutes and then qualifying 2 starts, and they can, you know, they just go again in the second race of the night. Kennedy Chikeka is running side by side with Julian Visser, who's making his way through the grid reasonably well. He's up to potentially 16th if he gets that one done, but he does not. Very, very squirmy on the outside, and that opens the door to Diakowski gaining a place. He's way further down the order than you would expect him, so getting the position on Visser is important for him. Now Kennedy Chikeka with a really bad run out of the final corner. And Diakowski actually finds the overlap on the inside line. Maybe on the brakes he can make something work. Door-to-door racing here at Oulton Park. You don't see it often, but when it happens, it is spectacular. And those two are doing a really good job of it. I don't know if Diakowski has gotten the run. The next corner is going to be the outside line for him, so I believe he has to concede. But maybe Chikeka doesn't carry the momentum. I don't think so. Diakowski gets slowed down, and Visser is tucking into the slipstream to try and tag along and maybe gain the place on the inside. No room to be found, so the 3 remain as they were, as Chikeka goes a little bit deep, which is always scary, because you can just catch the grass here. Oh, did Visser just get hit? No, he didn't. And then behind them, of course, it's Alex Burbo, or Babatovic, attempting to close the gap again. And up front, it looks like Ruben is getting on reasonably well with the track. So of course, the point scoring system, I don't have it all in my head, but you know, you just score half points for each of the 2 sprints. So if I do a little bit of maths, wait, where can I? Where is? Where's the point system? That's not good. Maybe Chris is watching and can send me the point scoring system. What I know though from the top of my head is P1 and P2, and they score 50 and 42 points respectively, so that gets halved to 20. What's the camera doing? To 20. My god! Liberty Media moment. So that gets half to 25 for the winner and 21 for the second place. If Ruben wins both, he gains 8 points in the standings and is 10 behind Veldman, which is, you know, good enough to maybe stand a chance. Müller has been really good today. As I say that, Illigner behind him makes a mistake, and I'm sure that'll activate Gareth Higgins, who is done staring at the back of that Audi, and you know, Wow knows it. He is already setting himself up for the next corner, which is a right-hander, so he does stay to the inside of the track. Gareth so close. A little bit of miscommunication in the braking zone that could instantly result in a rear end, but it does not, because those two appear to know what they are doing. So that's good to see. Chumley behind in P6. He's gained a place. I think who dropped out of the fight? I think it was, well, Olive or Azalin, but one of them dropped the place to Sam, but as it stands, I think Sam gets eliminated from the championship. Jejura is round. I'm gonna quickly give you a replay of that and see what happened here. This is a very long replay. Oh no! Oh, I've killed my screen. I hope everything's still fine. Also, the bitrate looks good. That was a problem last week, unfortunately. Oh, wait, that's green car. Green car is in trouble. It's Jelle Damstra, and the Dutchman retires. He's in the pit lane. He might stick around for the second race. I hope he does. But that was not how he intended it to go. I am sure of it. So the end of his race, and everyone behind gains a position. Jack Mills is in a fierce fight with Paulos Tarkos for P10, which is also the win in silver class right now. Mills has had a an absolute shocker in well, this season, and I'm just gonna. Why do I always click the calendar? Let's see. He has finished one race, and he has attended all but two. So. Not good for him so far. 7 races, 2 finishes, that's no bueno. No, wait, 1 finish. Wait, I can't do maths. It's fine, just check the standings if you're interested. So, he has scored a 6th place once in silver class. Oh wait, there's a really close fight going on then between Eligna and Müller. Müller got the leg up at the start into turn 3. Eligna a little bit too hesitant, maybe, and that it has allowed Martin to, well, get in that place. And also Higgins has dropped this place to Sam Chumley, so Chumley up to 5th. That is very important for him, but I don't think it is enough. He needs to be, I would say he needs to be 3rd. Or he drops too many points. Well, he needs to win if he wants to have a chance next week, but you never know. And as for the top 2, Veltman just 2.3 seconds behind, so looks like Ruben will just win this, barring a catastrophe, which I have just caused by saying this out loud. I mean, the same happened last week with Sam, because the last words before Sam got his drive-through, his stop-go were, wouldn't it be fun if he sped in the pit lane as well? And then it happened, so I basically just doomed Ruben. It's fine. I always say this. You can't complain to me, you know. If you want to be a champion, you need to be able to deal with the pressure that the commentator said your name. Justin. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not watching. Nice apex. Justin, if you can hear me, flash your lights. This is Oulton Park silliness for you. It probably doesn't have, maybe he doesn't have a button bound. Oh, he doesn't hear me. It's fine. Okay. Move on to our next victim. But we're gonna commentate as Curse next. On board with Chumley. I don't know if Müller has actually ever performed this well. I feel like he's gotten a 3rd place before, but it was in a race where there were mainly mistakes from the top guys. This time he is here completely on merit and someone is bottled. Oh, it's Mills! Do I even want to see the replay? I don't... Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, he... Oh! I'm in severe agony after watching that. Justin isn't, in case you were wondering. I'm sure he's quite happy about what just happened there. So, why do I keep turning off my second screen? My god. I need to stop kicking my cable. So yeah, Mills just running a little bit too deep, catching the grass and then threading the needle through the barriers, but Tarkos gets collected. That has happened to me before in F3. It's not a fun experience. And speaking of not a fun experience, Diakovsky's breathing down the neck of Jack Mills. I just wanted to say Jack Miller. It's the wrong bottle job in an Italian machine vehicle. My bad. 6 minutes to go. I don't think much will change at the front, though Müller is actually holding up pretty well with Veltman. Now we've got another yellow. I don't know what that was for. At least the drivers who have had their incidents do stay. And now Illigner with an absolute run here. Massive overspeed. He's going to try and find the overlap on the outside line. But the next corner is a right-hander. So not much space to be found. But maybe he can force him onto a bad run. I think he has. He is breathing down the neck of Martin Müller now. And he goes for the outside line. Maybe he can make this work on the brakes. Audi versus Aston Martin. Illigner super late. He tries to cut him off. And I think he might have just done it. He has found the way past at Oulton Park. But into turn 1. It is going to be the inside line for Müller, so he will hold on surely. At least he will try to still overlap between them. Brilliant racing here. No one will give each other an inch. Oh, and they just about make it through, and there comes Chumley, and he's alongside his fellow Aston Martin, and I think he's just seen that open door and has gone right through for the moment though. But Müller on the inside line for turn 3 is able to get the counter move off right away. Now Chumley, wait, Müller is actually attacking on the outside against Illigner. Oh no, he's been bumped off the circuit and he's gone off, and it's been so good for him until now, and then he gets body checked off, door-to-door contact. And how has Chumley gotten himself alongside Illigner? What is Illigner doing? He's just lost so much time, so many positions. Higgins is probably trying to get a piece of the cake as well, and he does not. And I'm going for a replay before it fades because I want to see what just happened there. So, a bad run from Illigner, really good run from Müller, even better run from Chumley. They're all swarming him. He's about to be swallowed by the Aston Martins, and then, the trees cover our view of what happened. But, probably run too deep, and then he has to drive the defensive line, misses his braking point. Chumley goes right for the inside line, gets the move done. Nicely done from him, and I think he actually keeps the mathematical chance of the championship alive with that one. And it is absolute sadness for Martin Müller. He's been driving so well, and he's down to P8 now, under attack from Tommy Azelin. So, a little bit of a heartbreaker there, but maybe he can bounce back in the second one. He does get a do-over. He gets to qualify again, maybe towards the front. His pace was really good, so I want to see him in the race 2 trying to do damage, but not in a literal sense, please. Three minutes remaining in this one. and Sam somehow got through the traffic. It's just the way Oulton Park goes sometimes. And it certainly went in his favor. No argument to be had there. But he's also, of course, I mean, that's not saying, it just happened. He has made his fortune here. He's gotten a really good move on Illigner. He threatened Müller into mistakes. He also got past Higgins, which was unfortunately off screen, but it was good job from him. Müller still is doing some damage limitation MP8, so it's a solid result. It's just sad because that could have been and should arguably have been a podium. He was pressuring Veltman, so I mean, I don't think I need to say much more. There's 2 laps to go though, and after that, Ruben will probably have gained or will have closed the championship lead down to 14 points, which is actually an important threshold in the sense that if the gap is 14 points, we go into the final round and Ruben wins, Veltman finishes 3rd, then Ruben takes the title. If if the gap is 15 points, then it is gonna be down to race win tiebreaker. As long as that doesn't happen, or yeah, basically, yes, that's why it's important. But of course, ideally he'd want to finish ahead in the second one as well. Just because he can't force a situation where him winning the race means he wins the title. For that, he would need to be within 8 points at the end and then have the tiebreak. That's what would need to happen, but that is mathematically impossible. Oh well, it isn't, but Okay, wait. It's not mathematically impossible, but it requires Veltman to not finish second both races. So what I'm trying to say is, it isn't impossible, it's just out of Ruben's hand. He needs a mistake from his rival for that to occur. But as soon as, you know, if he wins the next one as well, and Velt finishes third, I think we're already there. That means that in the last race, it's just gonna be a straight race who finishes ahead. So that is absolutely spicy. And Veltman's race pace, honestly, not been looking too sharp, in the sense that he was a lot closer in qualifying, got kind of smoked in the race, and Müller was really sticking to his back. Now Chumley is, so I think Veld's race pace has been very dodgy, and now maybe on the last lap Sam could actually try and attack here. I don't think it'll happen, but he'll attempt it. And that is a really good run, and he's going to get some slipstream. Unfortunately, though, he is sitting in a GT3 car at Oulton Park. So that's that. But apart from that, that would be a really good chance now. The inside is covered by Veltman, and that is exactly how he got past another fast-forward racing car a few laps back. This one does not make the mistake of running as deep as Wow did, though. So Velt able to defend a little bit longer. How much risk are they going to take? Both of them hop the curbs fully, so maximum commitment there, and full power. I think Ruben is just gonna take this home, but Nico Veltman is still under pressure, and if that race pace does not improve in the second one, we could get into very dicey situations for Spain, very interesting scenarios for the championship win, and that will be a straight race. In that case, can Velt set himself up for this? Or can Sam set Velt up, rather? I don't think he can, so I think Velt saves this across, but he'll need to, you know, have a little bit more, he'll need to have a little bit more next time in the second sprint if he wants to win. But Ruben has done what he needs to do, which is win the race, and Veltman comes across in second. So Ruben, 4 points of a gain, important first step. We've got the second race coming up very soon. Sam gets a podium as well. I think mathematically he's not out of the champion. No, he is. No, he isn't, because he's... I don't know. Wait, let's do maths. So got 17.5 points. So he gets outscored by Veltman by 3.5 points, which makes the gap 33 plus 18, and that is more than 50, so Sam has just been eliminated from the title race, which is unsurprising after last week, but still a little bit of a blow. So we are gonna get a one-time world champion. Both Ruben and Veltman haven't won yet. Well, Sam has won 2 titles, so it's gonna be a new champion, and it's gonna be a Dutch champion. I just don't know which one. Who is going to follow the footsteps of Alexander Carsten and be the 3rd Dutch champion? Or get the 3rd Dutch title, rather. Also, the rest of the grid, should mention Illigner, 4th, a little bit shaky, good qualifying, but that incident with Müller probably overshadowing a bit here. Antoine Oliver somehow came across ahead of Gareth Higgins, which I've missed, which I'm very sorry for, but really good from Antoine, against 3 places at Oulton, which is not an easy thing to do. Ben Lewis, relatively quiet race, P7, and of Martin Müller, heartbreak of the race, should have been 3rd, arguably had the incident. He manages to beat Azalin though, and then Justin wins silver class ahead of Aidan Bailey and Paulo Starkis because of that incident with Jack Mills. I haven't even said it, so we're just gonna do it now. Mills, no! Just for the quota, you know. Diakowski's 13th ahead of Ryan Nopp, and then Visser 15th. Babatovic from the pit lane 16th. Then it's Jack Mills, 4th in class, 17th overall. At least he finishes the race. Jajura has had his troubles, but he's 18th. I know, he's been murdered, I think. Betch has murdered someone else. Moulton has been murdered. And the rest have not finished the race. They were just waiting. So that is the end of race 1. But we need someone to forward the session, I guess. So we see Dumpstra's a little bit annoyed the diplomatic way of saying it. We've got 5 minutes of practice. You know what? It's over. I'm leaving. No. We've got about 5 minutes. So why not? Oh, we haven't saved the race. Are you kidding me? My disappointment is immeasurable and my days ruined. Okay. We are not watching replays in that case. That's sad. That would have been some content. But we'll be right back. In fact, let me just play the intro while I get water. We'll just do that. Green light, go, go, go. Arrived back right at the perfect moment. Looking cloudy, but it's very overcast. Imagine we're getting rain. The Mills moment.
Give it all you can.
Okay, qualifying's underway. I'm sorry, I just had to take that break because my voice is not enjoying this. That is not what I... Can I... Oh, I'm a dummy dum. Now I can change camera. Wait, what's Bailey doing here? Where did he come from? Hello. He's just showed up late. I'm sorry for being so quiet. I'm just gonna repost the stream. So, Welsh Toast has called it a terrorism. He has done a terrorism. So that to me sounds like it was intentional, which is spicy because I assume it was like in voice comms and the other guy said, yeah, sure, drive into my car. Or something like that. But I don't think that's okay. I don't know. We'll have to speak about it, we certainly will. This is the wrong HUD. What is wrong with me? It's very hard to get out of Park Solo when you're really tired. And your voice is giving up. Okay. So, the important guys to keep an eye out for are, of course, Veldman and Van den Herding, now that they are the only two left in contention for this title. And last game has brought the last race has brought the gap down before. So at 14 now. And this is very important. What are we going to see right now? And Chumley is the first to cross the line with a 33.5, which seems pretty fast, and Martin Müller is third as Azalin splits the two. There goes Veldman. What can he do? And it is 5/10 off of Chumley, so that is big. Big news for him, and Van den Herding beats all of them. A nice voice crack. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been solo coming for half an hour and my voice is already completely dead. So that's good. Beats all of them by 7. Wait. Well, he beats Veldman by 7/10. Sam by 2. So there needs to be improvement out of Veldman. Through Island Bend he goes. He has 7/10 to find. I'm certain he can go faster, but he just needs to somehow find out how, because I don't remember his actual time, but he was quicker than this in the first run of qualifying, or the first qualifying we had today. He was faster. I'm sure he was in the 33s. This is only his first lap, and he's up 5/10 now, but everyone else is going to improve as well. Ruben is in the pit lane, so he's not going to improve on this very lap. Maybe he's actually just done a one-lap stint, or he just invalidated right away, but he has pulled in, and now we've got Sam about to come across the line with a 6/10 delta, so it's gonna be a 32 if I am not wrong. 32.9 I would assume. Yes, it is exactly that. So the Chum Chum train goes provisional pole. Ruben on his way to warm tires. Azalin across the line does not manage to beat Müller. Both of them have improved. Veltman 6/10 up. Is gonna jump some of them, but he's in 4th, right with Martin Müller. In fact, that is not enough. He needs more out of this. If Sam can beat Ruben, that'd be huge for Veltman, but he needs to be absolutely close if he wants to keep the championship lead going into the final round. And if he can finish 2nd behind Ruben, that means he can finish 2nd behind Ruben in Catalonia and still win. So this is incredibly, incredibly important. Bailey Thompson's 6th. Well, I don't know how much practice he's done, but he is, of course, less warm than everyone else here, since they have done a full race and he's just joined us now. Illigner struggling a little bit, 7th for now, but some time to go. And actually, Antoine could find some time because he's already up 2/10 and he's just going through the hairpin at the island section. Veltman dead even on his time, and so is Ruben. Well, Ruben has just started his, so I guess that doesn't count. But Veltman into his lap just shows us that he's probably very close to his limit already, since he's not finding any time. But the consistency is there. But you need consistency in the race, not in qualifying. Corner to go. Down 1/10. He needs to get creative. 2/10 now. So that's gonna be a 0.6 or maybe... Yeah, I think it's gonna be 0.6. Yes, it is a 6.87, and there goes Higgsy. Beating Veld. So Veld actually just dropping the ball a little bit, which could be super huge for the title race. Playing into exactly... into the hands of exactly the guy on our screens right now, Ruben van den Herding. Now Veltman up a 10th. Maybe he can complete it this time, maybe through the island section. Azalin causes a yellow flag. Veld wants to be 2nd for sure, or at least on the 2nd row, preferably P3. I think then he'd be fine with it. He's up 2/10 now, but that was a really bad first chicane, so he has got time in there, theoretically, just not going to extract it on this one. He lost 3/10 on that. Dead even with his time again. So he has got the pace in there. Just qualifying is so important. Overtaking, very difficult. 97 is bottled. That is Babatovic looking to not start from the pit lane this time out. Illigner is actually on a fast one, but he is down on the others a lot, so I guess it means less. Müller is beaten. No, I've said that before. Müller is ahead of Feldman. That is as it was. 5/10 up for Illigner. That could be 7th. It's not as far up as he wants to be, and it's not as far up as he was in first qualifying, but it's solid. And that is the end of Illigner's qualifying. 7th, as I said. And Veld, his teammate, is... well, still 4/10 down on the front. But he doesn't need to beat Sam, he just needs to beat Ruben. And he doesn't even need to beat Ruben, he just needs to be right behind him. And then Sam's qualifying is over as he goes off track in turn 3. Likely just the end of his little qualifying stint. And the end to his session. Higgins dead even in this time. Veld needs such minor improvements. We know he has them, and I think he can make the line again. Yeah, he can make the line again. 30 seconds on the clock. So there is a last shot for him, and I think we should actually just watch that. Maybe even like this to see if he's up on his delta. Let's hope the delta is accurate, but let's watch Veltman for the final quali run because this is vital for the title. No rhyme intended. Yo. Oh, and that's the end. I was overselling it, I guess. So 5th for Veltman, goes straight in turn 1, and ends his qualifying right then and there. So that means Aslan could still beat him. Diakowski is on a charge, but he is 1.4 seconds down of in this very moment, so that's not going to be enough. Loos has also been completely swallowed up by the field. He has ground to gain. He's up 8/10, but I don't think that is enough. Diakowski is about to cross the line. Takos just did. Aiden Bailey did, and Diakowski is 10th. Paulos Tak is probably gonna get pole in silver again, unless Chmielewski finds the time. He is just in the island hairpin, so there's plenty of time to find. But and he's actually at 3/10, so we could see a change for lead in silver class here. They are both ahead of... Oh, it's invalid. It is invalid. That is sad. Okay. A good setup for this one. So let's see then, shall we? Final race of the day. Well, it's also just the second. Two-time champion, not three-time champion, as confirmed by the first sprint today. Sam Chumley takes pole. After a pretty bad qualifying in the first one, he is on top this time. Then Ruben, dominant in the first race, gets second. Gareth Higgins is third. He lost a few places later on in the last one. Then Müller, unfortunate incident with Iligna to take him out of the podium positions. Then Nico Veltman, our championship leader, he needs to be closer to the front than fifth if he wants to win the title, or at least be in a good space for Catalonia. He is in fifth, he has work to do. Azalin is sixth. Then it is Iligna in that incident, well, involved in the incident with Müller. Not happy about that, probably. Then it's two Lamborghinis. Antoine Olivet ahead of Bailey Thompson. Alexander Diakowski gets a solid qualifying compared to the first one at least. Paulos Takis leads silver class in P11. Bendos ended up getting up to P12, then Babatovic, not from the pit lane this time, P13, he's still ramping up. You know, if he is gonna continue racing consistently, I'm sure he'll get to the sharp end soon. Ryan Oppen is P14, Karol Chmielewski P15. We saw him crash in turn 1 last time out with Owen Turner, well, it was Owen's fault. Justin is in P16, and on Owen, who has taken blame for that one. Like, it's not even something I say, it's something he says. He has had that incident. So he is still racing, and he is going to be P17 out of Aiden Bailey. Jelle Damstra, who claims to have been brake checked or something of the sort in the Island Bend. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. Jack Mills. Mills no. Mills not again. Mills P20. Kennedy Chikeka 21st out of Michal Ranoa 22nd. Marvin Betch, the assassin of Oulton Park, is 23rd. Hubert Jejura 24th. Andrew Moulton, the victim of the assassin of Oulton Park, is 25th. And then last, as always, Jorin Besser. So Sam has called what he's done there his lap of gods. So that will actually mean I am sure we will get a very fierce fight for the win. Because I think, in theory, Ruben should just be faster. And if he is, then he needs to find the way past. Maybe Sam has also just learned how to drive the track spontaneously between race 1 and 2. Not saying he was bad in the first one, but just saying he was not as fast as Ruben. It's hard to know though, because Veltman was behind, or he was stuck in traffic most of the time. Excuse that, I'm a little bit tired. I have not slept a lot. I'm working off of 6 hours consistently right now. Which, I know there's people who can do it, but I just can't. I actually fell asleep in the bus today. Like I had to go to university for like a quick meeting thingy right before this, and I was starting to drift off. The phase when you're like transitioning into sleep, like I was sort of dreaming, but it wasn't really a dream. It was more like nonsense thoughts, and I was like slowly fading. And then I literally woke up because I felt my mobile phone, just my phone, slide out of my hands, and that literally just woke me up with the biggest shock of my life, and I caught it in the air. Like, that was just absolute lizard reflexes. I have no idea how that happened, but I was like actually falling asleep, and suddenly phone falls down. This is we do live in a society. That's what I was getting at. We do live in a society. People care about phone. You know how difficult it is for Germans, speaking English, to not call a mobile phone handy? Because that's our word for it. It just doesn't sound German, it sounds very English. It's a very... Maybe it's just because it's a very handy thing to have. I don't know. It's really awkward, but every time you hear someone say handy, you just know they're German and don't know how English works. You can put me on that list. I don't know how English works. Ready for the second race today and the penultimate round of this championship. We have got Sam Chumley on the inside, Ruben van den Herding on the outside, this time still on the front row like in the first one, and we've got Veltman further down the order who needs to make up some spaces. Why is he 6th? I thought he was 5th. Why is Azan in 4th? No. It's just all wrong on my... No. It's all wrong, I don't care, we've got green lights, we go green in Oulton Park for the second time tonight. Higgins is well clear of Müller, and Ruben just sorts in behind, and Müller actually gets squeezed to the outside line there. Maybe he holds his nose in, I don't think he does. So Veltman keeps 5th, which is okay. I don't know how many points it gives though, so... we're gonna have to check that out before next week to know what the championship is gonna be like, but it is another clean start. Never mind, I've just completely cursed it as one of the hostile takeover bank cars goes straight off. It is the number 22, Gareth Higgins, the other VVDL car, or one of the other VVDL cars, and wait, that's Veltman! Veltman has just completely fumbled it. He's gone straight on at the island bend hairpin, and now he gets body checked off by Bailey Thompson. It's all unfolding all of a sudden, it's all falling apart. I think he has to sort it behind Alexander Tchaikovsky, and that is terrible news for Veltman. We see Higgins struggling in the background. Let's go for a replay right away. So, what happens there? I think he collides with one of the WRT cars, and then Veltman... Oh, the trees again, and I think Müller, maybe they collide here, and then Veltman goes for the outside, and it's just too late. I think he was trying to gain a place that way, and then instead he loses lots of them, and then that body check even loses in the place. He's going to be absolutely livid. This is still fine for him in terms of the championship, but I think he will lose up to 14 points with this, and that would put them absolutely dead even, and then he is forced to win the race in Catalonia, or at least beat Ruben on the track if he wants to be a 2S champion, and it would be such a shame for him to slip away at this point. But the same goes for this man, Ruben van den Herding. He has said earlier, or he has complained actively about my Sam Bird comments towards him, that he always like sort of wins a race, but he's never a title challenger except in Season 2. Well, now he is racing the Season 2 champion he lost out to back then in the least climactic championship decider we've had here. 2 disconnects of the 2 championship rivals. Let's hope none of them disconnect this time, because this could be a good fight. 30 minutes that Sam has to withstand the pressure of the Dutchman behind, of Ruben van den Herding, who's in great shape now, and the 86 goes off in turn 3. Let's investigate who's that 86. I don't know. Probably disconnected already. It's none of our title challenges though, so I don't know the number for now. That is a bit sad, but oh, it's Moulton. Moulton's gone off, so he's back. He's all the way to the back now, behind Milevsky and Aiden Bailey, who is the one who took the big hit. He won. No, he didn't win silver class. And what is Branoa doing? He's gotten it all wrong. So it's a free place for both VVDL cars. Yeah. So what I was getting at is Aiden Bailey, second place in the first race early on, and completely head-on into the wall, spearheaded off actually. Not good this time, speaking of not good and off track. You saw it yourself, Ruben. Actually, apparently under some pressure. I mean, this win would be 4 more points, and that would be really good. So he wants to get this position. He probably has the pace to do it. He just needs to make sure to not make mistakes like the one he just did. You can't drive half the straight on the grass and expect it to be fast. Sam, of course, aware of the situation, is just gonna try and finally get on the board when it comes to wins in Season 9. His last race win was not this season. It was in Season 8. And it was the Japanese Grand Prix. So it was Suzuka round 5. So he has actually not won in 5 plus 7. Oh wait. Yeah. 5 plus 7. He's not won in 12 races. It's been quite a while from him, and he's been really fast, but just getting the wins, it hasn't really happened. It should have happened last time in Imola. Maybe we can at least take home 1 sprint. It would be double podium. It's kind of nice. It's not what he came here for. He came here to keep the championship alive. Oh my god, would you shut up outside? Can't you, like, drive somewhere else? It's fine. He's not pulling a jump train yet, but I think the mistake put Ruben to a 1 second gap, and now we're already back to 6/10. So not a lot of breathing space given here. Yeah, 6/10. Ruben looks like the faster car, but less consistent. 33.5. They're almost doing quali pace here. It is really impressive. Also, Assetto wants to gain a position. I wonder what he's going to be doing next season. It doesn't seem to be a big reach to claim that he has not gotten to grips with his new car at all, because in the Lexus he was a constant podium threat. He could have been a title challenger, wasn't consistent enough for that, but he was a threat. And he's been nowhere this season, at least if you hold him to the high standards he set by his performances last time. So, that means that that means I wonder what he's gonna do next season. Merc again, Lexus, maybe back to Lexus. I think I've heard him talk about the Audi, I don't know. Maybe it was someone else. Speaking of the Audi, Illingner is right all over the back of Tommy Asselin. And where can I get the points? Oh wait, I'm just scrolling to race 1. So, Veldman is currently 9th, and P9 gives you 13 points. And it is halved, so it is 6.5 points. Absolute banger maths here. So, yeah, basically, if Ruben finishes 2nd, then Nico takes a 2-point gap into the final round. I think a 2-point lead. And if Ruben wins, then it is like a 2-point deficit, roughly. It's not exactly that. I've just I'm not trying to hold myself up too much by doing maths. So it doesn't really matter what Ruben does actually, because the next race is gonna come down to who finishes ahead, in all likelihood. But, I mean, he doesn't know, you don't know where Veldman finishes, and you don't want to leave any points on the board, and he is trying to make sure to not do that 23 minutes to pressure his former rival and 2-time champion. That's not what we mean by pressure, by the way. That looked almost like murder, but it wasn't, so fair play. Veld is absolutely pressuring Djakovski. He wants that extra point for very understandable reasons. P8 would be 15 points. So that is a jump by 1 since it's... Well, I should specify. It would normally be 15, but it is halved. So it's 7.5 here. And that 1 point gap, you know, it could make the difference. And you don't want to let that slip through your finger, especially when your title rival is challenging for the race win. Not able to follow through the forest. Well, not close enough at least. Antoine is talking in the background, and Illigna is really close actually. But you kind of need the mistake, or at least you need to be able to get a really good run so you can maybe get overlap and force them to, you know, play by your rules, give you the space. Let's go to the leading pair. Ruben and Sam. Oh my god, Ruben is bottlenecked! I can't believe that just happened! He's all across the track and that is disaster! He needs to get straight as soon as he can. And that could matter so much. And what's happened? Azalin's also off. It's all unfolded. Wait, where's Veldman? Why is Veldman 11th? What's going on? So wait, Azalin... the replays. Okay, wait. So, we're catching this. Wait. So, Ruben. First Ruben, then Azalin. Ruben just catches the curb and it spins him round. And what's happened here? Is he Oh no, Antoine! Ay, and that is 3 places for Veldman. It's just gone his way again. But, I mean, it needed to because obviously he made a mistake off screen as well. Because he had dropped to P11. Now he's up to 10th, I think. And, oh my god. Suddenly everyone's awake again. Ruben pulled the 2S move. I don't know what that means, but I'm not gonna assume that it's something nice. But, well, he's bottled it. This is so big. 44's off, that is Tommy Azalin. Washed, finished, plus ratio. He is gonna retire from this race. It's the end of him. And now we've got the German fight that ended in tears last time out. But this time it is a fight for P2 with Sam Germany completely checked out in front. So that is the situation. Now the 65 is off and suddenly all is unfolding. Yellow Damstra is, well, he is a stricken car. Let's see what happened to him. It's a 30-second replay. That's maybe a little bit long. It's fine. It's fine, honestly. Let's see what happens. We're going to Helicam. Let's hope he didn't get killed. No, he just kills himself. Oh no! Damstra. Painful. Wait, Illigna and... oh no, I want to get back to the live feed, please! The live feed, I've missed it! Okay, we're going again. We're going 30 seconds back, more replay. Everyone's... Why is there so many yellow flags? So we are in the replay with Illigna and Müller. Last time they ended in a crash, but since this is a replay, we know that there's gonna be an overtake. So I think Müller just overshoots the final corner. Yeah, he does. Catches the grass. Illinger quick to follow through and grab the gap. Wait, what's happened to Veldman? Why is he behind Jujura? What's going on? He's losing so much ground here. We've got still yellow. It's still Damstra. He's still parked there. So he's causing a consistent yellow flag, and somehow Veldman is now behind Jujura. It's all falling apart for our championship protagonists. We've got Sam out in front, and then we've got Ruben in P5. P5 would be, it would be 24 divided by 2, so 12 points for Ruben van den Herding. Instead of the 21 he would have gotten for P2, so that is a loss of 9 points. He can't afford 12 points for him, and Nico in P11 would get himself 10 divided by 2, so 7 point closing for, well, the gap at the championship is closing by 7 points. Oh, Jujura, what are you doing? He's gotten a really poor run, and Veldman does not want a second invitation. He just wants to go for the gap. He's not able to, though. So, yep. Okay. And also Bailey's under threat from Van den Herding, so he wants to gain an extra place. This is kicking off. Who says Oulton Park does not have racing? I actually wish it didn't, because my voice is completely gone. But I mean, I can still talk, but it's kind of hurting. So I wish it wasn't like it is. And Ruben needs to make sure to not overdo this. Bailey's gatekeeping P4 as of now. Illigna actually fastest car on track if you go by fastest now. You can see all of the pieces there from the Ruben spin, from the Azalin spin. So suddenly it's all kicked off, and Bailey is now 4th, Ruben 5th, and Jakowski actually. The sad thing for Veld is he was behind Jakowski, he was pressuring him. He could be 7th right now, but he made him another mistake off screen, apparently. So he's in 11th instead and is fighting Jujura. I might need to save my voice actually, it's starting to get really bad. What happened to Veld Meneke? Hello Bans, first of all. Oh, he's just killed a man, I think. Oh no, he hasn't. But he gets the position to Jujura. So that happened, and now Alex Burbo is trying to get it as well. Island Bent, I don't think he has overlap. Nope, that's not happening. But yeah, so Veldman, he fumbled the bag. He had a bad qualifying and then made a mistake in the race. He was in traffic and he tried to, you know, get an overtake by braking really late into the hairpin, and then he just got squeezed off kind of and broke too late, so he just went into the grass. And oh, we've got side-by-side action between Ruben and Bailey gets overtaken, so it's up to 4th for Ruben. That is so big for the title fight, and now Bailey might be overtaken by Jakowski as well. Yep, you lose 1 place, you lose 2 as well. Let's actually do the live championships again. So Veld is on for, what's that, 5? That is, oh my, I'm so bad at maths. Moulton gets lapped there, and Lewis looks to the inside of Bailey. I don't think it's happening. So Veld gets 5.5 points, and Ruben for P4 would get 29 divided by 2, so 14.5. That's a 9-point gap. We've got 14 right now, so Veld would lead by 5 points coming into the final race, so he needs to finish ahead. If he finishes second and Ruben wins, it is not enough. So the second Oulton Park race has not been kind to Veld, but he has had it all in his own hands. So you can't really complain about outside influence. He's made the mistakes himself, and he'll be kicking himself. He'll probably not be in a good mood right now, but he needs to get the job done. His teammate is doing pretty well. He's actually gapping Müller, so in the second race, Illigner suddenly comes alive. And could get a podium here. Should be good to see. I think the last one has been some time ago. Let me double check that. Yeah, he's 15th in the standings. He's, yeah, his best result this season is 5th. And then we've got 8th, and then the other races he DNF'd, P19, P16. Terrible season for him. The jump to fast forward racing has not worked out for him at all. In the past season he always like just about beat Veldman, and now in this one Veldman is maybe gonna win the title, and he is in P15, so him getting P2 would be huge for him. He's a lot faster than Chumley. It's not gonna be enough to win this race, but maybe it's gonna be enough to at least pose a threat if Sam makes a mistake. Now a title contender is with Justin, who's leading Silver Class. Both of them trying to set themselves up for good positions in the finale in respective classes. So Justin, I mean, he doesn't need to fight this too hard because, you know, this would, I mean, P10, P9, it's all for overall standings, but in Silver Class he would still win. But of course having the buffer between himself and Jajura is nice. It's just how much risk are you willing to put into this fight with Veldman? At Oulton Park I wouldn't say that defending is very risky, but drivers can get desperate, especially if they are in the situation that Nico finds himself in right now. Why did I have blue flags the whole race? I do not know. It's probably a bug. I've not heard of it, but I don't even think they are enforced. I'm pretty sure they aren't. Like, you don't actually have to let anyone lap you. Well, you do because we enforce them, but you know, if you're like bugged, and you don't, like, the in-game blue flags don't do anything. It's just us. I'm pretty sure. Well, it's too late for you now. Sorry, Owen, but you know, for the future. This is quite the train. We've got Higgins on the back of it. We've also got Visser right in it. It's being, well, I don't even know if it's being, pulled by Justin. Maybe not anymore. But Veldman has somehow found the inside line, and he's gonna get the move done surely. Brilliant stuff from him. Just overtakes at Oulton Park. I mean, you know, that is a move of a championship caliber. Justin not happy. Flashing his lights. Maybe there was some contact we didn't see, but it looked clean from where I was sitting. Actually, let's just replay it. Let's see if something happened. Oh, Justin catches the curb, and that offsets him. And then Veld has got free. Well, he's got the move done freely here on board with Justin. He gets overtaken. So Veld up to 8. No, to 9. That's another point gained, I would say. Go back to live feed, please. Yeah, but wait, what am I missing? Okay, I thought he was going for a move. We're back to the live feed. 8 minutes to go. Oulton Park has never been this competitive, I feel, and we've got Veldman trying the best to get a good spot for the season finale. Wants to get past Antoine Olivet. Would be a difference of another point, and every point can matter. Imagine you lose the the championship, and in the end you can say, it's because I didn't manage to pass Antoine, and because you don't want that to happen, that's why he's going to be extra motivated to improve from 6.5 points to 7.5 points by jumping up that place. 7.5 points versus the 12 that wait, no, that's not how maths works. I'm just gonna stop doing maths. I'm gonna do it at the end of the race. I don't care anymore. Not close enough. Justin could actually strike back. Actually, Justin is under huge threat here because Jajura is caught up to him. That is what I meant with the buffer thingy. That buffer is gone. Veldman is not behind him anymore. He's made the mistake, has Justin. So it's spicy. Spicy. Bailey's also being pressured by Ben Lewis. The Lex is good on the straight line, so maybe he can even make him move on the Lambo on Oulton Park. And Antoine has to defend on the inside line. Can we get a camera? Oh my God, Veldman! Veldman! Oh no! He's off and he's facing the wrong way, and it's all gone wrong for our championship leader. Antoine loses the place to Jujura and Justin, but that's not our concern right now. Veldman, our championship leader, in huge trouble. He's made it so much easier here for the others. Let's go cockpit and see what happens. He just understeers, he's just taking too much speed, and that is despair for him. At least he backed the points in the first race, but in the second one he's barely gonna score any. He's gonna lose so many places. Let's wait for the timing tower to see where he ends up, but this is a complete disaster. He's not been consistent enough today. Oh my god, Veld. What a race. Oulton Park fully delivering, but Veld unfortunately not really delivering. He's ahead of Noppen, so he's P15. That's 3 points versus the 14.5, and that means he loses 11.5 points, and the gap that is down to 2.5. So this is, I mean, this is fine for him. Like, it's okay, but it's also not like, you know, he had a clear goal in mind, and that goal was to finish second behind Ruben, because then he forces Ruben to do, or then he puts the championship in a situation where second is enough in the next race, and that is where he wants to be. Now he needs to win that one, and that is essentially why this is a disaster. But the second mistake actually doesn't matter that much. And wait, something happened to Jujura. Jujura's way down the order. He's ahead of Tarkus now. He's P13. He was with Justin, and now he's barely holding on for P2 and silver. So I think Justin, relatively safe to say, is going to win silver class. Well, not the championship, but the race. And this battle group gets decimated by the lap. We had Veld in there earlier with, I think Azalin was in it. Yeah, plenty of drivers. Also Higgins has gained some places. Oh yeah, I think he's gained 1 to Babatovic. Oulton Park has brought the spice, and Spain is where it's all gonna be decided. And that could, I think that is the closest title decider we have ever had. And it's gonna be between two Dutchmen that haven't won a title yet. So next week, already marked in your calendars, it is gonna be amazing. I'm sure that those two will put in the work. I am certain. You don't wanna, you don't wanna compete for an entire season and then throw it all away because you didn't practice enough the final round. I'm sure they will absolutely grind for Catalonia to try and edge out the other one, and it's gonna be so interesting. I think Push is also gonna be back with me, George. So make sure to be there for that. Alex Burbo. Oh no, Antoine! Antoine has gone off, Higgins is off, and oh my god, all of them are dead! The entire battle group has just died. Vista is, Vista has also collected. This has been a massive wipeout. Let's do it the honors and watch it through the helicam, so... Oh no, the helicam is bad. So let's watch it again. What does Antoine do? He just gets it all wrong, and then he gets tapped by Gareth Higgins. The two get into each other. Higgins gets deflected off the wall on the inside, and then gets stopped so hard that Vissa runs into him as well. Everyone here is badly damaged after what happened there. That was a huge one, and I think Paulus Takas is actually going to profit off of that massively. Also, Feldman gains 4 places, of course. Well, not of course, he's not past them yet, but he's got a good shot to, carve out some points. And, do some more damage limitation. Still gonna be mad, but, less mad. Antoine is retired. Alex Burbo in huge trouble because of the damage on the car. You can see it as a boat. I mean, you can see it because it is a Nissan, but even if it wasn't, it'd still be a boat. We're down to 19 runners, by the way. Oh my god. Look how close he goes to the track limit there just because the car understeered that hard. And I wonder. I think. Yeah, I think we're getting 2 more laps. And Illigna has actually closed the gap so much. Not gonna be enough though. Maybe with a mistake from Sam, but that's. Well, I would say rarely. Sam rarely makes mistakes, but this season there's a reason that he's not in the title fight for the last one. I'm actually dumb. I've been talking shit. Of course Sam can still win. What am I saying? Why am I stupid? No, of course, no, Sam can still win the title. Sam can win the title. I'm sorry for whoever had to watch the entire VOD and is now arrived at this point has been shouting at the screen for ages. Like, no, he can still win, you idiot! I'm sorry, I can't hear you. This is, you're watching this back. So, can't hear you. Can't listen to your feedback. Yeah, of course he can still win. For some reason I went under the assumption that there's only 50 points to be gained from there, so if you're down 50 you're out. But 50 points is going to be next race and he's gaining some here. So it actually keeps his title hopes alive. But they're not really, they're not doing well, they're just like, they are on life support. We have scheduled an appointment to pull the plug on life support. That's how alive they are. Maybe it doesn't go through, but in all likelihood, like, someone's just gonna do it. And then, yeah, you need a disaster for both Ruben and Veldman, and you got a soft disaster today, at least for Veldman. Well, Ruben also bottled hard, but, you had the minor disaster, and he's still gonna score solid.
Alright, man, the leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
You heard Jeff with 4 seconds to go. They all crossed the line, and I hope everyone's got enough fuel. And hopefully no one underestimated the pace the leaders would be going. That would be, how do you say it? Bad. Yeah, I think that's right. And on this final lap, Diakowski's under pressure from Lewis, but I don't think this is going on. Justin is driving completely on his own. Barber's actually keeping himself well in P9 ahead of Jejura. Any close battles? No, Vissa, Takos, Noppin doesn't really qualify, and I think that's all of it. So, wait, no, okay. I thought Ryan was going for me. He wasn't. Basically everyone on the final lap now. The forest sector for the final time. Dominic Illigna versus Sam Chumley, but let's not pretend this is much of a fight. It's Oulton Park. The gap is too big. Sam is gonna bag a well-deserved win off the back of a once-in-a-lifetime lap in qualifying. So, or at least once in a season. Let's not be too hyperbolic. Brilliant stuff from him. Picks up his first win of this season. It's been a long wait. 13 rounds, I think, since the last time he's won. He is really happy. He's still in the title race, even though I tried to sell everyone that he wasn't. I'm just bad at maths. That's what's going on. Illigna, first podium of the season. Finally, it's been a long time. And then Miller also first podium of the season, because, which is really nice to see after what happened in race 1. Then Ruben, damage limitation, 4th after spinning out on his own. Jakowski saves himself in 5th ahead of Ben Lewis. Brilliant stuff from him. Bailey Thompson, he appears for the second one, and he gets a good finish. Justin profits off a lot of death, but also Supreme and Silver class, I think, goes into the final round with a championship lead. And Babatovic just about ahead of Jejura, and my voice is completely giving up now. Oh my god, Veld. Yeah, I feel for this man, Nico Veldman. But it's still all to play for next time. He can still win this. So, P11 for him. Vissa 12th, Tarkos 13th, then Noppin, Aiden Bailey, who's gone off on that one, Marvin Betch, who's spitting facts on his livery, El Renoir, Karol Chmielewski, Andrew Moulton, and Tommy Asselin. Well, who else retired, so I guess it doesn't count. And that's Oulton Park! No, I don't think there's much more to add. Yeah, we have got a championship on our hands. The race at Barcelona next week. Make sure to be there. I mean, this season has been crazy enough to make Oulton Park a spectacle. So what's gonna happen on Catalonia when there's 3 drivers gunning for the top spot, for the title? Let's find out. Check it out. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next week.